Hello, welcome to Hustle House Sports. I'm Ricky. This is Chris. Today we are going to be doing our top five shooting guard list. We're only choosing the active NBA players, not all time, for the shooting guard position. Also, we have a game threshold of about 35 games. Chris, we'll start off with you, since I went last time. Who are your top five shooting guards in the NBA?
Okay. Since I didn't put him on my point guard list, my top shooting guard is James Harden.
Okay.
Especially now, now that he's with the 76ers, that point guard thing might change, but I think they're going to still play him off the ball a little bit with because Tyrese Maxey's playing really well. But even though James Harden leads the league in assists, I still have him as a shooting guard because he's a shoot first type of player. Um, yeah, and I think there's not a shooting guard I would rather have in the league than James Harden. I think even with the off the court stuff of getting out of Brooklyn and getting out of Houston and all that, I'll take James Harden number one. Close second, Devin Booker. All right, because his points are ridiculous. He's the best player on the best team, so that got it. That's got to count for something, right?
Yep.
He's their best player. And Devin Booker's like the most. I mean, maybe it's still in a lot of ways Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, but don't you think when you say like Devin Booker, like he's gonna get you a basket,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
he can just get out of the way, I'll score, just right. Like
Yeah, I
he's that
trust him
kind
for
of a
that. Be
player,
like,
right?
yo, I need a
Yeah,
point. Here you go.
yeah. I think the only people that are better at that than him is Kevin Durant and Steph, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, Devin Booker is just like a walking bucket. He's like Kobe, man. Um, Third is Donovan Mitchell. That might be a little controversial. I don't know, but they are a good team. They're a really good team, good defensive team. I don't know that he plays a lot of defense, but 20. He's same stats as Devin Booker, 26, 5 and 5. And I feel like we take those stats for granted because if these guys were putting up these stats like 10 years ago, you'd be like, he's clearly the best player in the league.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
now it's just like, 26, 5, 5. He's like the third best.
Yeah, exactly.
But Donovan Mitchell, as long as he can stay healthy, yeah, he's a problem. It's getting to the point with Donovan Mitchell though that he needs to start winning, right? Because they've
Mm-hmm.
been good for a while, but it seems like Utah Jazz, they're like the third seed, they're the fourth seed, and it's like you never pick them to even get out of the first round, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
it's the Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to. I think this year, I think they need to go to the conference finals and like make noise, or else it's gonna get to the point where maybe we need to start thinking about breaking this up or doing something else because it's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, so he either needs to take a step up and do more, which is crazy with those stats, or I don't know, maybe they find some other way to play. Fourth is Zach LaVine for me for I think the best team in the East, the Bulls.
I think they are.
Um, I don't. He's not. If he's not the best player on the Bulls, he's like 1A,
Mm-hmm.
or 1B, with DeMar DeRozan. But 25, 5 and 5 again, and I think he's the only one, honestly, on the list that plays defense because Zach LaVine will lock up when he has to. And the good thing that you're seeing about Zach LaVine, remember in his early years, he was like, "Oh, I'm more than just a dunker, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm more than just this. I'm more than just that." Uh, and then he went to the Bulls, and he was the best player on the Bulls, and they didn't do anything, but he was getting his stats.
Mm-hmm.
But you're noticing the development of Zach LaVine now, where it's like, okay, maybe I don't have to score 30 points. DeMar DeRozan is going to get some shots
Mm-hmm.
and I can do other things. I can facilitate. I'll play defense. I'll do this. I'll do that. What does the team need me to do today? And I think that speaks to like his growth as a player. So, and he's a gold medalist now.
Mm-hmm.
So Zach LaVine, man, shout out to him. All right, number five, and you'll have to tell me if he meets the threshold. I think he does, but it's Bradley Beal. I'd
Let
put.
me see.
Um, and the only reason I put Bradley Beal is because Clay Thompson and Paul George don't qualify. Because if not, I would rather have Clay or Paul George
Yeah.
than Bradley Beal. So I almost give him that spot by default. Um, and I don't have much on Bradley Beal. He's just kind of like, okay, he's the next guy. I
Hmm.
don't know. He doesn't really do much for me as a player. I think he's just like, book him for 25 ish a night and whatever. I don't know that he's necessarily a winning player either. Um, I did think about possibly putting Jaylen Brown in front of him, but I still would rather have Bradley. Bradley Beal's more consistent than Jaylen Brown, I think.
Hmm.
And like I said, Klay Thompson, but he doesn't qualify. Paul George, but he doesn't qualify. CJ McCollum, I have as an honorable mention. I like to see how they are going to look. And another honorable mention, Desmond Bain.
Bane, okay.
But yeah, yeah. But that's my list.
Um, our list is pretty similar.
Really?
I'm actually surprised. So number one, I have James Harden. I have him categorized as a shooting guard and
Yeah.
you know
Which
he's
might be controversial,
it
but
might be, but I think that's his true position. So label him as
yeah.
that. For all the reasons you said, he's just a phenomenal player. Next, I have Devin Booker. All the reasons you said.
Yeah.
He's the best player on the best team. He can get you a bucket. Like if Martian's about to shoot a laser down to Earth, I'll have him. I'll have Devin Booker shooting it over Iguodala.
I'll have Steph Curry shooting it, but that's fine.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, in this scenario, yeah, I'll have Steph shooting it too. But
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this scenario, yeah. Next, I do have Zach. I have. Sorry. I have Donovan Mitchell next because of just how the Jazz are as a
Mm-hmm.
team. He's really he's their main scorer, so you take him off. I think it's a big impact to the team because yeah, they have Gobert, they have a lot of good solid role players like Jordan Clarkson, but I don't think that it's the same team once you take him out of there.
Not
Um,
at all. Yeah, yep. But like I said, I think he needs to start winning.
Yeah, 100%. If he doesn't
You
start
know.
winning, then something needs to change. Maybe add Russell Westbrook to the roster, maybe Fred Van Vliet, and,
Yep.
really changes him.
Yeah. Okay. But see, because Devin Booker was in that category for like a while, like, oh, they got to start winning. They got to start winning.
Hmm.
Next thing you know, they're in the finals,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, he's legit
Exactly. So, like, do you think it's just, like, one piece that they're missing? Or is it multiple pieces? Because
for
for the
the
Suns, it was
Jazz.
just a point guard that they were missing. They never had a point guard. And then they got
Right.
Chris Paul, and then everything just worked smoothly.
Right. Right. Because Devin Booker was playing point guard. They literally
Exactly.
didn't have a point guard. You're right. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Donovan Mitchell should be playing point guard.
Over Mike Conley?
Yeah, maybe Mike Conley. I don't know. I know he was an All Star last year, but maybe Donovan Mitchell's best work is just dominating the ball and creating for other people. And then
Maybe.
what you have to do is upgrade the people that he's creating for. You know, get
Maybe.
better shooters. I know Bogdanovich is a good shooter and stuff like that, but I don't know. Maybe they need to just upgrade, get some better role players there or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Next, I have Zach Levine because he plays with my boy DeMar DeRozan, but obviously
Yeah,
he's a phenomenal player. Can't I'll have him on my team any day. Like, if he's
yeah,
available, all right, I'll take you up. I don't care what you
yeah.
want.
Facts.
um, Next, I have Bradley Beal for again.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the same list. I'm really shocked how we kind of like
Are
agreed.
agreeing, right?
Yeah, that's really because usually we're like maybe the first two are the same, but then once we get down
Yeah,
lower on the list, it's like, oh, you put Fred Van VanVleet instead of
yeah,
so
yeah,
and
yeah.
so, But yeah, I put Bradley Beal. It was tough because his team, like you said, he's not a winning player. Like they're
I don't
right.
think he is. Yeah.
The Wizards are 11th right now, so they're under the Hawks. But it is he gonna win? Is he a winner? Is he just a good player on a bad team? Like what is it?
Right.
Because like, can he do this if he's on the Bulls? Yeah, maybe he can, but it's left to be seen right now. That's because he hasn't
Yeah.
been winning. So that's the question with him. Honorable
Yeah.
mention though, I do have. Maybe this is a bit controversial that I have him as an honorable mention, but I have Anthony Edwards as an honorable mention.
Oh no, that's a good one. I forgot about him, honestly.
I was
Yeah.
going to put him over Bradley Beal, but Anthony Edwards' stats aren't what Bradley Beal's are. Bradley Beal's averaging 27.2, points per game, then 6.6 assists and 4.7 rebounds. Anthony Edwards is averaging 21 points per game, 3.7 assists, and 4.7 rebounds. So because of the stats, I put Bradley Beal because we're just looking at position. I was just looking at positions, not so much on what the team was doing. But if I was factoring,
but that matters.
Yeah, for
that
sure
matters.
It does. But I think if I had that hold more value, then I would have put Anthony Edwards over Bradley Beal.
Yeah, I forgot about Anthony Edwards. That's a good one, man. Yeah, and Jaylen Brown. Don't forget about Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown, yes, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, yep. And again, if Clay and Paul George had been playing,
I probably would have picked them. Yeah, they would have filled the spot.
Yeah.
I think our list would have been similar to like even more. I don't know. They're similar now. So what am I saying? But, yeah.
But no, I hear you. Like if those guys were available, if they were options, we probably would have agreed that they deserve to be up on that list somewhere.
But who would you take them out for? Let's say like probably Bradley Beal because of the.
Easily Bradley Beal. So you're saying if Clay and Paul George.
Yeah, if they were. If they had played more games this season.
Yeah, then I probably put Clay in. They both make it, so I probably take Zach LaVine and Bradley Beal out.
Okay.
Yeah, because Zach LaVine, the reason again, it's not he averages 25, but they have DeMar DeRozan to really take the last shot and be the guy that's gonna right. Well, Klay Thompson does that and plays phenomenal defense because obviously Klay Thompson's not the number one option in Golden State, so he's like Zach LaVine but a little bit better. So I take Zach LaVine out, so.
That's fair. Yeah, I can agree with that.
But that's tough. If everyone's healthy, then this is probably the second deepest position after a point guard, Yeah. It's pretty deep. Because again, like I have guys we're not even talking like CJ McCollum and Desmond Bane, man, his shooting. I'm telling you, Desmond Bane. These are names you're going to see. Well, James Harden, he's 33? He's getting up there. Even Klay Thompson, Paul George, once they start phasing out a little bit, you'll see these younger guys are coming for them.
Yeah, for sure. I can see that.
Yeah.
I feel like next few years it's going to change.
We're agreeing a lot.
It's kind of scary. I think a meteor's going to crash that we're agreeing so much. but, all right. Any last comments on the list, my list, anything? Any honorable mentions? All right. Well then, that's the video. Thank you all for watching. If you like the video, like the video. If you don't agree with our list, let us know. And let us know if you wanted to add anyone or if you have any honorable mentions of your own. All right. We'll see you in the next one. Later.